Hey, what's up, everybody? Welcome back to another reaction, another toe reaction. Funny enough, I never really expected there to be two of these, but hey, Thracian wants me to get to another one. This one is Two Moons, and I really enjoyed the last one, albeit it is an absolute mess how they make music, so I don't think I'm going to even try to touch the music theory behind this, because these motherfuckers are so far above me that I'm not even going to try to figure out what they make, so I'm just going to give you my general thoughts and opinions on it as I usually would in the past, and just not putting that much amount of effort because that shit would take me days to digest, and I do these videos daily, so I'm just gonna take the easy road out here, but I really am interested to hear what this song is, so without further ado, let's go! My favorite part about this group is just how they start so innocuous, so simple and innocent, and then they just fucking go off the rails. A little Midwest emo on the intro for this one. You know, life sometimes just hits you and you don't know how to hit back. And your girlfriend leaves you and you're wondering, what is there that I lack? Sorry, I couldn't help it. Spitting bars. Ooh. Okay. See, now they're starting to get playful. Somebody brings in a glockenspiel and all rules go out the window. Absolutely gorgeous guitar part. Absolutely brilliant. It's much more calm compared to the last one. I was expecting it to just start ripping me apart seconds in. Whoa. But there's still time. God, that's like super washy cymbal. It's just staying there. The sustain is huge on that cymbal. See, like, this is a little bit more subdued so far than the last one was, that I remember. But there's still enough changes in it that just, they catch you. Air drumming. And I really like this synth in the background too. I think that might just be a like a keyboard. Can't tell if there's gonna be more. I think it's a proper outro, but I would not put it against Toe to do like a fake outro. Nope, that was real. That's gotta be real. The final cymbal sizzle has been placed. There are laws of the land. Yeah, okay. Brilliant once more. That might have been 4 of the longest and shortest minutes of my life. I was so immersed in that song, it felt like I was there for a year, but at the same time, the second that I started noticing it was done, I was like, I just got here. Where's the rest of it? And that's the sort of sound that like true artists can make you feel when you're listening to their music, because they know how to make something that is soothing and it's like generally relaxing. It's something that is repetitive maybe, but at the same time, there's a plenty of movement in how it feels. That might sound like a nothing burger when I say it out loud, and it kind of is, but that's exactly what happens to me when I'm hearing music like this. There is this like time stasis effect that this sound has. When you know exactly what to play and in what intervals and like how many times to repeat something before continuing on with the progression. And even though there was that going on, there was a lot of similarities on like the acoustic part, but then there was a constant movement on the electric guitar part. And then when the drums came in, that kind of took part of the conversation and it brought you further because there was a lot of movement there. And it's this feeling that like the song is so short, but at the same time, you feel like you've heard it 100 times and there's some comfort in that. And that's where I think it was kind of giving me that Midwest emo vibe, because a lot of that does the same thing. It has that relatable feeling of just knowing the suburbia of it all and just experiencing life like that. And it just hits you differently. And this song definitely hits different for sure. And I love that it was a little bit more subtle compared to the last one, because that last one was just going start to finish, basically came in, left no crumbs. Brilliant track, but also it was much more exhausting than this one, where this one just, it made me want to put my headphones on and lay out in a field and just experience sound. And that doesn't happen all the time. There are very few songs that actually make me feel like that. And I've talked about a few of them on this channel before, but it's definitely few and far between. So it's nice when I get to hear it again, because I'm like, man, if I heard this during the summer, I would put this on my like full relaxation like playlist and like go on a hike or some shit, because this is the sound that I want to be encompassed by when I do so. Hell, I might do that if I remember this song in a few months when the sun finally decides to come back out and, you know, things get warm in my area. I'm going to go on a hike and just listen to this and just experience nature with this sort of sound around me. This is the type of shit that was made for. And I was also just loving like the accentual stuff. I always love accentual stuff because it takes a specific level of talent to know when and where to place those without it just being completely egregious and pointless. Like, you need to have a reason to include something like the bells or the glockenspiel in this case. And it's like, okay, when and how? When does that fit the context? When does that fit the feeling of the song? And this nailed it immediately on the head. Clean electric guitar, clean acoustic guitar, kind of finger styling it. And yeah, the drums definitely got things busy later on, but especially in the beginning, you need something that just kind of pokes at you. You don't need something else to fill up the room. The guitars are doing plenty of that. You don't need any more of that sound, but you do want something that cuts through and feels a little bit more present in the mix overall. So like the guitars end up becoming the basis of the song, and then you have an accentual part like the glockenspiel that comes in and cuts through all of that feeling, and it makes a statement of itself in that process before the drums come in and start to kind of mess things up again. Not in a bad way, just in a way that wakes the rest of the song up. Everything brightened up when the drums came in, and you could tell that the drummer was definitely having a little bit more fun than the usual song would have, of just sticking on a pocket and playing a standard beat and not doing anything super fun or creative. And for this one, he was even subdued. You could tell that compared to the other song I've done of Toes, this was a much more subdued drummer that was like, it's almost like a resting song for them. Like, I imagine these songs can be insanely taxing to play live, for example, but this is the type of song that feels a lot more like it would be a crowd pleaser in a way, but like in the most subtle way possible, and also a great just, you know, relaxation refresher piece for the band before getting back into the really hard, complex stuff. Sure, there's still movement, sure, there's still plenty to go and listen to in this song, but especially live, this song would be an amazing just palate cleanser for the rest of the band. Just be like, okay, my fingers hurt, my body hurts, my arms hurt. Can we please play 2 Moons? And then they do, and then they get back into it, and then, continue on with the normal music. This is that song that's just a breath of fresh air, and exactly why I felt the way I said earlier about it being the perfect song for a hike and laying out in the field and just breathing. Because that's what the song is encompassing. And I think the title of 2 Moons might have a factor on that as well. Just because, what would that mean? I'm not sure what the context or the reason that they chose the title 2 Moons. But for me, that kind of encapsulates the essence of just pure peace. Something where, like, if there were 2 moons in a literal sense, that would be beautiful. And you would want to take a moment to look up and go, holy shit. Wow, the universe and space is just fucking amazing, isn't it? And it just makes you stop and smell the roses. Like, proverbially and maybe literally, depending on who you are. Much like myself, a little bit of both there. And I do love how this group sounds. They are absolute masters of their instruments, and they know how to work together. This is exactly why last time I'm pretty sure I called it like art, and that's what I mean. And once again, brilliant. This is an art piece. It's a much more subtle art piece. Like, it's not something that's explosive and energetic. It's not a Pollock painting. It's more like Starry Night. It's more like the Mona Lisa, something refined, yet at the same time you look at it and you're like, hell yeah. I get it, actually. This is fucking gorgeous. It's just one of those pieces. So amazing work yet again for Toe, and I'm so excited to hear more of them. I don't know if Thracian has more planned for me on this group, but I kind of hope he does at the same time. So if you have something else, Thracian, throw it at me. And if anyone else in the comments has something, throw it in the comments below, and I will do my best as always to get to those. But I think I am done yapping for this one, so thank you all so very much for watching. And if you want to guarantee something, much like Thracian did for this one, you can always go to my Patreon or my YouTube memberships, or you can force me to listen to something. Doesn't matter who it's by, what it's from, if it's good or bad, doesn't matter. That's why it's a guaranteed request. But if you don't want to do any of that, maybe just want to follow me and support me for more stuff coming in the future, you know how to do all that, and I'll see all of you in the next video. Goodbye!